All right, welcome back. It is Tuesday at 12. Now, you know what that means. It is PGH Plan with a Purpose. Muffy and I are back to talk to you about the city of Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan, which is still going, which is live and in effect. But before we get to business, Muffy, how you doing today?
Today is a good day. It's my son's birthday, so I'm
Ooh,
excited to be with him for his seventh. I got a 17-year-old, yeah.
ooh, 17. You
17.
don't look a day over 25.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Listen, sis is experienced.
So what that means, we're in and out today. That means we have a short stream for y'all today, but that's okay. We're here every Tuesday at 12. But just let me remind y'all of why we are here every Tuesday at 12 with this Planning with a Purpose podcast. It is a weekly kind of live stream that we're hosting here with myself and Muffy every Tuesday to bring city leaders, everyday residents, thought partners, whatever you consider yourself to be. If you live in the city of Pittsburgh, you work there, you play there, to the table to break down Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan. Yes, the city of Pittsburgh is embarking on a comprehensive plan. We want y'all to share stories from across your communities and highlight why inclusive city planning matters for the future. We will be streaming here. We'll be streaming on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, so you can catch each episode, invite people to learn, engage, and imagine a sustainable, thriving Pittsburgh, one conversation at a time. So we recognize that when we left y'all last week, we showed y'all the links, we showed y'all the website, we did all these things. And there's a lot of information. There are summer of engagement events, there are surveys, there are topic areas. So what we're going to do today is take the time with y'all and walk through one of these surveys and show y'all how simple it is. It's easy. You can sit at your desk and do it, eat your dinner, eat your lunch, whatever it is, and just take 10 minutes to complete the priority survey. So now Muffy is going to be our survey taker today. So
I'll be the speaker.
and Muffy is going to share with us all of her priorities in this 10 minutes priority survey. So if you go to the Pittsburgh PGH 2050 website and you go share, you can see a list of all the surveys and other ways that you can let your voice be heard during this comp plan. Muffy, are you ready?
I am, but you know what? You asked me how I was doing, and
Yeah.
in my rush to tell them about me, I did not ask you how are you doing today, Alyssa?
I'm feeling good. I got my Roberto Clemente jersey on.
Yay.
I love when we can highlight all kinds of parts of Pittsburgh. That's why I like being a part of this plan. I get to wear all my Pitt shirts, my Pitt Panther shirts. So I'm excited to be here with you. You always give me energy.
All
So
right.
thank you for asking and circling back. I really appreciate you. All
Oh,
right, let's get this survey started.
all
So we
right.
take the priority survey. Muffy is gonna get us started. It should
All
take
right.
about 10 minutes to complete.
Yep. And so, just as a reminder, the survey link it is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So when you are ready to take the survey, all you have to do is go to that link at the bottom of the screen. I'm also going to put it in the comments for y'all. So go on over to pgh2050.com/share your voice #survey, and you'll be able to take the survey. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it with y'all right now because it's not difficult. So you're gonna get there. You're going to see this welcome screen that's going to warn you that it's only going to take 10 minutes to do. So you're going to hit the start button, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what the urgent transit, why it is so imperative we understand these urgent transitions that are happening over the next 25 years. So you want to read this little section. It talks about the tough choices that we're going to make. It talks about an opportunity to register for an event if you want to go, and it reminds you that your voice matters, and you're just going to hit the continue button. And then there's an overview of the 5 pillars of that are important and that you're going to be, you're going to be ranking as a part of this process. So the topic areas are land use and zoning, urban design, capital improvements, and they are broken down into these 5 pillars. Because one of the things that's important for us to always remind y'all is that this comprehensive plan is ultimately a land use plan. That means it's going to be determining, correct me if I'm wrong, Alyssa, but it's going to be determining how we use land over the course of the next 25 years. Is that right, sis?
I do think that's part of the comprehensive plan, envisioning how there's connectivity throughout the city. And so I do think that includes the built environment, land use, the plans that already exist in your neighborhoods. I know there are plans, shout out Hazelwood, shout out Homewood. There are a lot of areas that have already spent a lot of time working on their plan. So how do we make sure all of these come together with your shared vision of how you lose land, how you use the resources in your community, what resources that you need your community to thrive. So yes, that will help with a little bit of use of that will definitely point to a little bit of land use in the plan as well.
All right, cool. So what we want to do is we're going to be ranking these 5 pillars. So the 5 pillars are resilient infrastructure, defined as issues related to environmental justice, climate action, energy waste, and stormwater management. In layman's terms, for me, that means how resilient is the infrastructure around the city of Pittsburgh in terms of how it is interacting with the environments that we exist in, such as those landslides. We're always talking about the flooding that happens in Pittsburgh. So we're going to be ranking according to level of importance for resilient infrastructure. The next one is meaningful economic opportunity and mobility, defined as issues related to economic opportunity, mobility, and digital equity. The next one is attainable neighborhoods of choice, defined as issues related to housing, real estate, and vacancy, parks and open space, neighborhoods, and education. The fourth one is thriving community culture and well-being, defined as issues related to public health and safety, food, historic preservation, and arts and culture. And the final pillar that you're going to be ranking is empowered and engaged Pittsburghers, defined as issues related to planning, governance, civic engagement, and racial equity frameworks. So we're going to read more about each of these pillars. You can read more about each of these pillars in the full State of Pittsburgh workbook, and it's linked right here. So if you want to look up more about that before you proceed with this survey, then you can. So we're going to hit the continue button. So we're going to select a pillar to begin. If I was you, when I did this survey, what I did was I selected the pillar that was most important to me. And that's the one I started with. So for me, the one that's most important to me is thriving community culture and well-being. So I'm going to start there. So I'm going to click this little orange box. Go ahead. You going to say something, Alyssa?
I was going to say, yeah, let's get going. I'm excited. I love these little colorful widgets.
Yes, me too. All right, so thriving community culture and well-being. What do you feel are the most urgent transitions, issues, and challenges that Pittsburgh faces? So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to pick 2, and then we're going to rank them. So actual and perceived safety. Black Pittsburghers face disproportionate violence and policing despite falling crime rates. Inequitable health outcomes. Health resources are inaccessible, and homelessness and food insecurity are increasing. Limited shared public space. Pittsburgh lacks welcoming spaces to connect across different backgrounds and generations. Cultural erasure and underrepresentation. Challenges preserving Pittsburgh's character, mobility, safety, and it doesn't say what the other one is, but maybe you can put another one in there. But I'm going to pick 2 of these. So I'm going to pick inequitable health outcomes because that's really important to me. And I'm also going to pick, just because I recently learned about this, cultural erasure and underrepresentation. So I'm going to pick those 2. And then I'm going to hit OK. So I picked my 2. So now I'm going to take these issues within this column or within this pillar, and I'm going to rank them. So thriving community and cultural well-being, rank the following imperatives, necessary big actions in order of importance. So it says, make the city safe to be in and get around, expand as a multicultural city, make homes healthier, make vacant properties clean and safe, support people experiencing homelessness, ensure access to healthy food. So I'm going to select this little box here, and it's going to ask me, do I want to rank this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? And I'm going to rank it. So I'm not going to rank this because I don't want y'all all in my business, but I'm just going to pick a couple just so that y'all could, see how it's done. So then we put that one number 3, and then I'm going to come down here and put this one as number 3. And you see how it'll just keep moving them up. So eventually you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you decide, I don't like that ordering and I want to change it, you can hit clear all, and then you can start from the beginning. So I'm going to hit OK. And now it's going to take me to my next, the next thing that I chose, which was engage and empower Pittsburghers. And so I'm going to come here. I'm going to choose 2, again, complex planning and development process. I'm just going to pick 2, so this don't take all day. So legacy and economic and racial division, the disparities is important to me. And I'm going to pick one size fits all neighborhood planning. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then again, it's going to bring me back here to rank the issues within that category. So there's 3 issues within that category. So I'm going to rank them. I'm going to put this one at the top. I'm going to put this one at the bottom, just so y'all can see that it's not difficult. And then it'll have you rank it, and then you just hit OK. And now it's taking me to the resilient infrastructure pillar. And again, you're going to choose 2. Let's say intensifying weather impacts, because we all see that's happening, and inequitable pollution and climate impacts. I'm going to choose those two. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then it's going to ask me to do the same thing again. So y'all get my drift? Y'all see where I'm going? Does this make sense, Alyssa?
It makes a lot of sense to me. I also am sitting here thinking like, wow, this is robust, right? I think it's easy for us to say we want safe neighborhoods, clean neighborhoods, accessible neighborhoods. But I think when you have to prioritize it or go deep or really think about your experience, which I think this is all really based on your experiential input and your values. I think this, it is a 10-minute survey, but it can force you to go deep. So I appreciate Muffy for going through. It's a very accessible survey, pretty straightforward. We would love for you to go to the PGH 2050 website and take the priority survey. Talk to us about whether business, economic mobility, environment, climate, what are the things that are important for you that you must see in this comprehensive plan. Because guess what? We need to hijack the plan before something of ours gets hijacked, right? We need y'all to put your voices in this before we don't see anything that reflects who we are in this plan. So take some time, hit up the PGH 2050 website and take the priority survey. If you have any questions, as usual, don't forget to hit up your friendly neighborhood community engagement consultants and advocates, Alyssa Lyon, Muffy Mendoza. You can email us or you can hit us up in the comments of these videos. Remember, we're streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You can ask us anything you need. If you like for us to also sit down with you and go through the survey and talk, set up a Zoom, we're happy to do that.
Yep.
We're here to help you make this process feel as accessible as possible. How'd you feel about that, Muffy?
I feel really good about that. And I'm glad that you said about the time constraints, because it says it takes 10 minutes. However, we all know that these issues are very important to us, and we want to take the time out to read. We want to take the time out to understand. If we want to click on some of those things that were offered throughout the survey, like the workbooks, like the topic areas, and really just do a deep dive, there's nothing wrong with that either. Because at the end of the day, like Alyssa said, if we don't hijack the plan, somebody else is going to hijack the plan. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to say that things are important to us without understanding and without knowing, like, this actually is this actually is what's important to me. So take out the time and do it. 10 minutes is not a lot of time, but the reality is 25 is. Like, this is a plan for the next 20 plus years of Pittsburgh. That's a lot of time to live through with stuff that you don't agree with.
Yeah. So, that's a really good point.
Right. So it's like 10, 20 minutes now for 20 years. I'll take it.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So, we'll be here every Tuesday at 12. Excited to continue to go through this with y'all. And like Alyssa said, reach out if y'all need us. We here.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Planning with Purpose podcast for the City of Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan. Thank you, Muffy. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Peace, y'all.